Welcome to The Community Difference, Collin County. The show where community comes first, leadership is amplified, and impact is the expectation, not the exception. Covering 12 thriving municipalities across Collin County, we spotlight the professionals, creatives, nonprofit leaders, and bold connectors who are shaping the future of North Texas. From McKinney to Melissa, from Plano to Prosper, from Frisco to Fairview. Each episode dives into the issues that matter most to our local business and civic communities. From leadership and entrepreneurship to education, economic growth, service, innovation, and the power of collaboration. If it impacts how we live, lead, or grow in Collin County, we talk about it. The Community Difference is powered by the Business Development Alliance and made possible by the Difference Media LLC. With a trusted team of co-hosts who live, work, and lead in the communities we serve, this show is built on collaboration and powered by people who mesh. Now, getting today's conversation started, your host, Brian Poduska.
Well, good morning, Collin County, and welcome to the Community Difference, Collin County. We're a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Brian Poduska. I'm the owner of Real Property Management Focus, where we focus on your real estate investments right here in Collin County and all across the DFW area. I'm headquartered in Frisco, Texas, live in Frisco, Texas, right here in Collin County. If you've seen our show before, you know this, but basically the summary of it is we put the spotlight on community leaders. And those community leaders usually fall in one of 5 key buckets: business owners, entrepreneurs, political leaders, as we'll see today, ISD leadership, nonprofit leadership, and sports leadership. We also have rotating business features of the month. If you've seen the show in the past couple months, you've seen us spotlight local chambers of commerce, economic development corporations. Last month, we wrapped up our business. Actually, last week, we wrapped up our business financing topic in which we had local lenders on, business credit experts, things like that. This week, we're kicking off our Collin County Mayor's Deep Dive, and we're going to talk to them about how business owners can get engaged with communities and community leaders to build their visibility and build their businesses, essentially. Also, we have rotating, in addition to the rotating business topics, we have rotating co-hosts. So without further ado, let's bring them in. Our first co-host knows how to strike the right chord when it comes to community. Whether it was leading a teen band that once opened for Reba McEntire at a goat cook-off, yes, that's a real thing, or now leading creativity at Abracadoodle. Debbie Watson is all about connection, collaboration, and community impact. She's here to help us explore how getting involved locally isn't just good for the soul. It's one of the smartest ways to build your business and strengthen your network. Let's say hello to Debbie Watson.
Good morning.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. How about you, Brian?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful, chill morning, right?
Yes,
so
one of those fall days. Yep.
Yeah, it's good to see. Hopefully, we'll start getting a little bit of color as well. But good, it's twice in one day. I get to see you.
I know.
How nice. All right. Let's bring in our next co-host who knows the power of connection, whether she's wrangling insurance policies or once wrangled horses in the show ring. Kim Wallace, owner of the Wallace Insurance Agency, brings her signature mix of humor, heart, and ain't nobody got time for that energy to every conversation. She's here to help us explore how getting involved in your community can build real relationships and real business success. Let's say hello to Kim.
Hey.
Hi, Kim. How are you? Good to see you again.
I'm doing better than yesterday with all of the internet craziness.
Yeah, I think there's still some internet craziness going on because I've had some issues with some of our services that are that are down.
Yeah.
Well, and it's amazing to see how much we rely on technology, especially as whatever small business owners, big business owners, it doesn't matter because it's all powered by whatever software that is running our back office, right? And it's a challenge for sure.
Yep.
Well, good to see you again. And I guess we have another dynamic duo because this is the second show in a row that I get you ladies as co-hosts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
That was just last week. So yeah, we do have a regular schedule, but sometimes, trips come up and people have travel, and we mix it up a little bit. So we've mixed it up where we have you guys twice in a row. I like it. Awesome. Well,
Yes.
like I said, in the kickoff of the show, we're diving in with mayors, right? So this is, if you remember, hopefully you were there live, but if you weren't, the Business Development Alliance, you heard this show is powered by the Business Development Alliance. The BDA, as it's known, we have a live meeting at the NAC Theater the third Wednesday of every month. And what was it, 2 months ago, we had the mayors of Collin County on, two of which we have as special guests on the show today. I see Lauren Gill is watching from afar, so thank you for tuning in, Lauren. So let me bring our special guests on today, and we'll give them a special intro and say hello to them. Our first guest knows a thing or two about making meaningful connections, whether it's serving his community as mayor of Anna or serving up a plate of homemade Italian food. Pete Cain believes kindness builds stronger cities and stronger businesses. He's here to share how community involvement isn't just good citizenship, it's the secret ingredient to lasting business success. Let's say hello to Mayor Cain.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us, virtually this time. It was great to see you in person last time, but we appreciate the additional airtime.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
So I didn't realize you were a special Italian cook. Tell us about that skill.
Well, during COVID, I didn't work from home during COVID. I worked all the time, but there was a lot of nights at the house. So I took it upon myself to spend about 1.5 years teaching myself real, authentic Italian cooking.
Okay.
Wow.
Which is wonderful and really bad for you all at the same time. I've just spent the past 1.5 years trying to lose all the weight I gained during that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Between inactivity during COVID and then pile on some good pasta and some hearty meats. And you're going to pack on the LBs there.
Yeah. Love me some Italian food. That's for sure.
Love it. Well, let's bring in our second special guest of the day, who doesn't just help Prosper soar. He's literally flown an F-15 fighter jet. Mayor David Bristol brings that same focus, precision, and steady leadership to guiding one of North Texas's fastest growing communities. He's here to show us how getting involved locally isn't just about civic duty. It's about building the kind of meaningful connections that make both businesses and cities thrive. Let's say hello to Mayor Bristol. David, how are you today? Uh-oh.
He's still having
No audio.
problems.
You can't hear us? Okay. What we'll probably have to do is
I can't hear the
hear
questions
him.
being asked.
okay, we can hear you. You just can't hear us?
No.
Okay, it doesn't sound like it. We might have to troubleshoot offline here. So the other thing I didn't mention up front is that we are a live show. So sometimes we do have technical hiccups. I've experienced it quite a few times myself. So we'll work on getting Mayor Bristol's audio connection up and going. But in the meantime, we'll bring him back on when that is fixed and up and going. It's ironic because we get on early to make sure our technology is all working, which it was working just fine earlier. But oh well, we'll bring in Mayor Bristol here shortly. But right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll see if we can get Mayor Bristol's audio going during that commercial break, and we'll see you on the backside to talk about what's going on in Collin County. So stick around. We will be right back.
The community difference, Collin County, is made possible by Brian Poduska with Real Property Management Focus, Bethany Rowland with the Beer Rowland Realty Group, Debbie Watson with Abercadoodle, Danielle Cook with No Sweat Experts, Kim Wallace with Farmers Insurance, Kirk Hodgson with Assured Partners, Susanna Austin with K9 Resorts, Mina Singh College Prep Coach, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, and by Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel. The community difference, Collin County. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Cooking in Collin County?
All right, welcome back. And we have Mayor Bristol back. Can you hear us, sir?
I can. I've got you.
All right,
Yay!
awesome.
Yay.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Our crack IT team was all over it, and
Good job.
ran all the way out to the city of Prosper, got you hooked up.
Good job.
Well, so let's before we jump into what's cooking in Collin County, let's talk about your fighter pilot days. I mean, we got a true Top Gun on our show today.
I was lucky enough to have the government pay for me to learn how to fly and then send me around the world to execute the things that I had learned. So, yeah, I'm very blessed to have that opportunity. And I got to travel literally everywhere and saw all of Europe, all the Middle East, and some of Asia. So just been very lucky. Yeah,
that is super cool. Well, we thank you both for your service. That
Yes.
is an incredible history and an incredible thing to have in your experiences. So love to hear that. All right, so this is the What's Cooking Collin County segment. So we're going to talk about what's going on around Collin County. And what I'd like to do is hand it over to our guests who, if you guys have something you would like to share about your towns, we'd love to hear it. So Mayor Bristol, since we've got you up and going on the audio and the video, I'll let you kick it off. What's going on in Prosper?
Sure. Yeah, the biggest thing that's going on in Prosper right now is a bond election. We've got 6 propositions out there, A through F. It goes from $92.3 million for new roads, $10 million for public works facility. Our current public works operates out of 3 double-wide trailers, and actually one of the double-wides has black mold, so we've got to remediate that. So they're really operating out of 2 double-wide trailers. And it contains the systems that control all of the water for the water flow of the town of Prosper. So that one should be a pretty easy one. There's a $29 million expansion of our police station. Our police force has doubled in size since we built the original one. There is $34 million for a standalone public library, which our current library is dramatically undersized. And I think when we get going, I think the city of Anna is building a new library, or already has one in there. So I think our team actually toured that library facility and used it as a prototype. So, and then there is $24 million for parks and rec. We've got a lot of land acquired, but we've got to pay for the equipment to put in there. And then the last is $2.3 million on downtown improvements for parking, signage, lighting, all kinds of things to help our downtown. So the total bond package is about $193 million. It maintains the current tax rate. So there is no tax rate increase. Just to be clear, the ballot initiative will say this will raise your taxes. That's a state a mandate that says it. It will, because property values are going up. And all of the new things that we're adding with this bond election will help our property values continue to increase. And it should decrease some of the traffic congestion that we have on a lot of our roads. So that's what's happening in Prosper.
Gotcha. Just a clarifying question, and maybe you said this and I missed it, but are each of those different segments of bonds, are those each up for ballot, or is it a package deal?
Each one is up for their own individual consideration. So
okay, perfect. Got it. Awesome. Good to know. That's a lot of exciting stuff going on up in Prosper. Well, maybe the water thing isn't very exciting, but
no, it's one of those things that people don't think about. But you've got to build that facility, and it's not very secure. If we have trailers have a tendency to blow away in tornadoes and things like that. So
Right.
we'd like to get it inside a secure facility. So
yeah. Well, and we were just talking about the instability of the AWS system out there now. So why add more complexity to an already potentially?
I guess I should point out also that the early voting started yesterday, goes through the 31st, and then voting day is November 4th.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for that summary. Appreciate that. All right, Mayor Cain, what's going on in the city of Anna?
Well, like Mayor Bristol said, we do have a library that's we're going to open it November 15th at 9 a.m. We're going to have a grand opening, and it is an absolutely incredible facility. We are so proud of it. The the work that's gone into it. We had a really community oriented way of going about getting this done. And so we've had a ton of input and a ton of help from everyone in the community. And it's just going to be a just spectacular space for everybody to enjoy in the city of Anna. So we're excited about that. Of course, the election is going on now. This year we did a charter review for the city, and we have a number of charter initiatives on the ballot that, it may make it look really big and really intense, but they're all very simple, very, very well explained in the way that they're put on the ballot. So what those two things are the main thing. And then we've just changed up the way that our EDC works as far as grants work. We have a downtown grant program now that I don't think anyone knows about. And then we're also working on, and I want to say this correctly, so forgive me. Outside of downtown, we have a lot of incentives, including we're doing case-by-case grease trap help for people that are wanting to put expense. So we're trying to help out, especially local restaurants that want to do something in Anna.
Got it. So the gist of the downtown grant is if you're within a certain radius of the downtown area, there's specific opportunities for those in addition to the grease trap, or are there other types?
That's correct. Yeah. So we have down at City Hall, we have the map built out so you can see exactly if you fall within the boundaries of that, whether or not you might qualify for that. But our EDC CDC has been working really hard, excuse me, and they have made a lot of strides to improve their visibility and help those that need help inside the city.
That sounds like a familiar story. Frisco's going through the rebuild of the rail district, the downtown area as well. So that's a very familiar theme around the area. Question for you, Mayor Bristol touched on this. Some of the libraries that they visited, yours being one of them, in their design. Did you do something similar with yours?
We did. We looked at a lot of libraries. And when I say we, I mean mainly we had a team of citizens that came together, and really they're the reason that we have this going on. We had a group of citizens that are very passionate about wanting to get a library. Anna's never had one. And they worked very hard with our neighborhood services and our parks department and put together what they thought they would like. We did a really long and very complex process to see what would fit the city of Anna, and it's kind of crazy to me now because, in the past back-to-back years, we're a top 5 fastest growing city in the nation. So what we looked at 5 years ago is completely different than what we are now, but they were really smart in looking ahead and trying to see what does it look like for a city of 50,000? What does it look like for a city of 75,000? So that kind of planning has been very, very important to us, building a facility that can work for many, many years down the road.
Yeah.
Can I weigh in on that also?
Yeah, for sure.
Much the same as Mayor Cain. We had a citizens bond committee, 13 residents who spent over a year going out looking at different libraries, and also for all the rest of the things on the bond. But literally, we went to DeSoto, we went to Cedar Hill, we went to Anna, we went to McKinney, we went to Allen, just to get some ideas of libraries that have been built already versus the Cedar Hill is brand new. I think and obviously the Anna one. These are new state-of-the-art facilities, and so just like you said, there's been a lot of changes in libraries over a 10-year period, and libraries are more than just what we think of today of just books and things like that. It's programming, gathering, it's business resources, it's children's programs, all the way through ESL training for folks. So it's a community place. People think a library is just kind of a kid's place or students. It's a gathering place for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, no doubt. I got to learn how the Frisco Library came to be, and some of the out-of-state libraries that they visited to prototype and kind of beg, borrow, and steal some of the best practices from other libraries, and do exactly what you guys are talking about it. And that's planning for the future, planning for the information age versus, having physical books there, mobile bookshelves, things like that. Super interesting to me. I never considered myself a library nerd, but after I started hearing all that, how the planning went on behind it, it was pretty intriguing. Awesome. Anything else that you guys have, events that you want to call out real quick? If not, we'll go to the ladies.
Since you do have two veterans on here, I want to call out the town of Prosper, in association with our Prosper Rotary, we created the Prosper Veterans Memorial, and on November 8th we're going to have a Veterans Day 5K, 10K, and fun run, and that will be the opening of that Veterans Memorial at our Frontier Park. So we've done the Veterans Memorial run. This will be the third year. All funds go to help build the memorial, and now this year we're actually having the memorial will be actually constructed and be open ribbon cutting on November 8th.
Well, that's
Love
awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, to follow up on that, that's right. So in Anna, on Veterans Day, November 11th, we'll be having our, I think, third annual Veterans Day Parade, which is being hosted this year by the Hurricane Creek Rotary Club. We appreciate them doing that. Of course, it is the day after the Marine Corps birthday, so it may be hard for a few of the jarheads to make it up there. I'll tell you that.
Love it. Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for sharing those events coming up. I'm going to kick it over to the ladies. Kim, I'll let you start.
Yeah, of course. We always want to support the NAC Theater, local here in Frisco. They host us every month when we do our BDA panel. And this Friday, they are going to have a Rocky Horror Picture Show event at 7 p.m. Costumes are encouraged. It's going to be a good time. I think they are having specialty drinks as well. So if you're looking for something fun to do in the community, we were just there this past Friday. We went to the magic show, which my kid just thought was the best thing in the whole world. Also, our BDA event will be canceled for October due to other events going on. Our next BDA event will be on November 19th at 11:30 at the NAC Theater, and it will be for first responders. So if you know anyone who would be a great leader in any kind of first responder role, we would love to reach out to them to have them on our panel or on our podcast in the month of November.
Because this month is first responders, the recognition for first responders month, right?
That is
Right.
correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, look forward to those discussions, and we're going to have them on the panel as well as on the show, kind of like what we're doing with the mayors here. Awesome. Anything else, Kim?
That's all I got.
Okay, very good. Well, Debbie, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay. Well, I did want to share on the 25th, actually, speaking of first responders, I know Prosper is having their National First Responders celebration on Saturday from 9 to 11. So it's free. Just come out and support those first responders. Also on the 25th, just one city over in Salina, they're having Beware of the Square, their Halloween festival downtown this time. And come out to the kids section if you have kids. Abracadoodle actually will be there. We're doing free crafts for the kids like we've done and a few others there. So it's always a great time. They have lots of turnout, so that should be really exciting. And then in Allen, if you're in that part of town on the 25th, it's actually, and I guess I didn't really know this, they actually have a hockey team there that is the ECHL hockey team. So Allen American is their home opener. They're going to be playing Kansas City. So actually that's on the 24th. Sorry about that. That's on the 24th, the night before. So that new series is starting back up. And I think that is all that I have.
Well, Debbie, if you haven't been to an Allen Americans game, you got to get out there. It's they're a blast. You are guaranteed at least one Donnybrook or fight per game. I don't think it's written anywhere in your ticket or bylaws, but I think the average is like 1.5 fights per game.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm kidding. It's high quality. It's high quality hockey, and it's great arena over there in Allen, and it's super entertaining. And there is a lot of business that goes on there too. They've got some suites over there, and they've got a good networking group that runs out of that arena over there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and there's a lot of great eating places around there. I've been to the facility, but not for hockey. So
yeah, well, add that to your to-do list. This
exactly.
It's a fun time for sure. All right. Well, thank you, Debbie. Appreciate those. I'm going to go through a quick summary of what's going on. I've got a few events here in Frisco. I was going to mention the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but Kim already did. So thank you, Kim, on that one. That is this Friday, and it is an 18-plus crowd for that one. There is the Halloween Trick or Treat Trail. That is Friday, October 24th, same day as the NAC Theater event. It's at the Warren Sports Complex. This one's a little more family friendly. So it's a trick or treat trail, first come, first serve. This popular event features a family friendly drive through Warren Sports Complex with free candy and the glow of hot air balloons. You must register in advance. Space is limited to 600 vehicles and spots will fill up fast. There are no walk-ups allowed, so put that on your calendar if you would like to do that this Friday. Also want to call out a Halloween party, and this one's cute because it's PAR-TEE. If you don't see the golf theme in there, par and T. So this is a Halloween party up at the PGA Frisco. It's on Saturday, October 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. Get in the spooky spirit with an unforgettable Halloween party at PGA Frisco. There's all kinds of stuff going on. I'm not going to read the whole list, but pumpkin putting patch on the dance floor. There's trick-or-treating. From decorated golf carts. There are a good 8 or 10 different things on here. There is a family-friendly movie night. That'll start at 6 p.m. The movie that we'll be playing is Hotel Transylvania. So that's a good one. And culminates with a Halloween drone show at 8:45 p.m. So there is a ticket required for all children participating in the activities. So make sure to get those tickets because that will sell out as well. A few other things going on at PGA Frisco. These are recurring events. So there's a Try Golf Clinic coming up this weekend and throughout the week at various different times. Women's Golf Clinic, Junior Golf Clinic, Short Game Clinic. So all those are happening up at PGA Frisco at the T-Mobile Coaching Center. And then Debbie mentioned this last week. I want to bring it up again real quick. It's the 2025 Community Parade. It is November 15th, which is a Saturday. It's at 10 a.m. and they are doing it on Warren Parkway. It's going to be it's a walking parade along Warren Parkway, which will end up in Hall Park at Kaleidoscope Park. So relocating it from downtown, given the construction that's going on, it'll be Kaleidoscope Park this year, and then most likely relocate back to downtown Frisco next year. And then I mentioned this last week, but it's worth mentioning again. But Frisco is welcoming the Dallas Renegades to Sports City, USA. They formerly played out of Arlington. They are going to be calling Toyota Stadium home for the 2026 season, which starts this spring. So that is a pro football league, the UFL, coming right here to Frisco. Whew, that's a lot. So that, I think, will wrap up our What's Cooking in Collin County segment. Lots going on. 'Tis the season to get out there and do some fun stuff with the weather cooling off. Love this time of year. So get out there and do it across all of Collin County. With that, we're going to take our next commercial break. We're going to come back and we're going to dive into the meaty topic of getting involved in your community. And who better to talk to it than the mayors of Collin County communities. So stick around. We'll get into that next.
Greatness doesn't happen in isolation. Behind every impactful community, there's a coalition. Behind every story we spotlight, there are partners who believe in what collaboration, leadership, and local excellence can build. Special thanks to our community champions. Pine Meadow Golf, custom-built golf clubs, factory direct to you. King's Camo and Sportsman's Warehouse, for those who train hard and live wild. Jocko Fuel, hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. Riker Home Services, your trusted partner for expert repairs and lasting peace of mind. These partners help power the community difference. Collin County, where business, community, and leadership intersect. To learn more and support those who support us, visit our website at thecommunitydifference.com and click on our partners page. And now back to the show.
Okay, welcome back. So again, if you've seen the show before, you know this, but we have rotating monthly topics, if you will. And I mentioned that we had a BDA, or Business Development Alliance meeting couple months ago where we had the mayors of Collin County on. These two gentlemen, Mayor Bristol, Mayor Cain, were on that panel. So appreciate you guys coming back on. During that panel, we talked mostly about, your guys' different, cities, more about, what drove you into public service, those sorts of things. We appreciate you guys coming back on because what we want to do is tie it in with, small business owners, medium-sized business owners, and you guys both being business owners yourselves, perfect for this topic. So I want to kick the conversation off with you guys and just give us a little bit of background about your entrepreneurial journeys as you've gone through your leadership, both civically and then also from a business owner perspective. So Mayor Bristol, let's start with you since you're on the top of my screen. Tell us a little bit about that your history in that regard.
So it kind of goes back to my Air Force career. I left the active duty Air Force and I joined the reserves. So, and I did that specifically so I could start up a small business. And that was back in 1997. But everybody knows the potential failure rate for small businesses. So I also kept flying at the same time. So I was like, I need to make sure that if this small business thing doesn't work out, that I can still fly for the Air Force. So I tell everybody the first major business deal that I got done, I did underneath the wing of a T-38 in Wichita Falls, Texas. So the point there is that you can manage multiple careers, but when clients call, you got to answer the call. And so I literally made my first big deal underneath the wing of a T-38. And that was back here in the Dallas area where our company was headquartered. So the second phase of that is really our company was able to grow because we got involved in the different chambers that were out there. And so we did that. We were a multi-state company, but every place that we went, we actively participated in the Chamber of Commerce and really tried to be a part of that community and not only engage with folks, but then give back into the community. So all that kind of works together in terms of building the company as an entrepreneur, but also building the community that you're operating in. That's my philosophy.
Love that. Always answer your phone, whether you're under a plane wing or not.
Yeah.
That's and in the real estate world, right? That's the space that I play in. That's a key one, right? It's a built-in competitive advantage if you answer your phone, especially on the commercial side, right? It's impossible. The old saying is it's impossible to get a hold of a commercial realtor. Well, if you pick up your phone, there's your competitive advantage right there.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, love it. All right, Mayor Cain, tell us about your entrepreneurial journey.
Well, fairly similar. I mean, part of what I did in the Marine Corps was I taught line training, which turns into hand-to-hand combat, basically. And I noticed early on, about 10 years into living in Anna, 10 or 15 years, that there wasn't anyone around that did any sort of instruction like that. And it led to when I had my license to carry, there was no one that was there to help me renew my license to carry. So I just I went down and I got certified through the state and the NRA. And now I have about 15 different classes that we teach. I do license to carry. I do active shooter scenarios, which has been, unfortunately, the most popular class that we've had lately. And I hate that's true, but it is. But yeah, it's just a service, to the community. I try to price it to a point that no one gets left out. If someone wants to take a class, I'm going to figure out a way to help them take the class. So while it is a small business, it's not where I make my livelihood. I work in IT with U-Haul here in North Texas, and that's where I make my livelihood. But I mean, you got to run it like a business when I'm doing it. Otherwise, it would just be hemorrhaging money all year long. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the theme I heard in both of your guys, journeys is multiple income streams. It's okay to have multiple careers. They don't necessarily have to be a full career, if you will. But juggling, as we all know as business owners, juggling multiple things is an art for sure, not a science. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for sharing that background. and I'll kick it off with one question, and then ladies, I'll let you kind of run with the questions that you have for the mayors. And this one, I didn't prep you guys for this, so this will be off the top of the head. Yeah, it's not a total curveball, but the question is, what's your most valuable lesson for a business owner out there? And hopefully it has a community spin to it. Yeah.
I can go first if you want me to, Mayor.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I think for me, the most important thing is to listen with and engage with my community. Mayor Bristol brought it up earlier. I was a member of the board of directors for the Greater Anna Chamber of Commerce for many, many years. I served as chair. But if you don't listen to what your customer base is saying, then you're going to fail. You have to know what people want. You can't just provide something that you think they want and expect it to be successful. You have to cater what you're doing and tailor it to the wants and desires of your market. So, and when Mayor Bristol, that might be different because it's multiple states, but for me, it was pretty specific. I was able to narrow it down pretty quick.
Mine goes to cash flow, and it relates where I'm going with this. It relates to the use of local banking facilities versus large national banks. When our company was just getting off the ground, I needed funding, and I met with all of the big banks. They all said, "Hey, you're too small to get funding from us. Come back to us when you're a X size company." Well, it turned out that I ended up having to go to local banks for funding early on, and that became the source of my early success, was getting local funding. Then when we became a bigger company, all the big banks came back and said, "Hey, we'd like to do your business." Well, the point is, when we needed you, nothing against larger banks, it's just local banks have that ability to dig in for small companies a lot more than some of the larger banks. So I'm a big fan of, I'll call it smaller regional banking and the relationships that they build. And then, we had a company for 26 years. Once we started banking with somebody, we stayed with them for that entire period. So mine's about cash flow and local banking. That's
awesome. That ties in really well with the conversation we had with local lenders, regional lenders over the last month. So love hearing that in a real life example, right? Because that theme came out as one of the key themes was know your local banker, create those relationships and foster those. So cool to hear it in action. Kim, I'll hand it over to you. I think you've got a question.
Yeah, I've got a couple. So besides just joining the chamber or the Rotary, what advice do you give to your Main Street businesses to really try to more engage in the community, to get their names out there, whether it be one that's been there, for 10 years or one that's just starting up?
So if the business is a local business, the owners, the key participants are local folks, my thing is join a board and commission. Be one of our volunteer board members. We've got Parks and Rec boards, we got library boards, we got community engagement, we've got downtown committee, we've got planning and zoning, we've got economic development. So actually step into a volunteer role that you're truly giving back, because there's no financial benefit there. You're doing it all out of the goodness of your heart. So that people can see you're not just in this for the business, you're actually there to build the community. So I'd say volunteer for a board and commission and show people that you're willing to dig in and make the community better.
I like that.
I agree with that completely. I think one of the things that I try to encourage is anytime we have any sort of a festival or anything, or the teacher's convocation every year, get out there, open up a booth, let people know who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, get involved. Anytime you have a community event, figure out a way to get involved in it. That's a good way to get your face and your name out there. And it also shows people that you care about the community. That's a big deal to most folks. Yep.
Mm-hmm. My second question is, I think a lot of people are bypassing school these days to either do a trade school or really try to open their own business, especially with AI taking over. It seems like it's easier sometimes right now with all the answers at your fingertips to try to open your own business. Frisco does a program where if a kid has a business idea or wants to start a business, they can either do internships or they even have a business panel come out and say, hey, here are the ideas that are working well for your business idea. Do you guys do a program for your schools to try to engage, especially high schoolers that will be out in the workforce before we know it, to like foster those ideas or put them in internships or anything like that?
I know for the Anna Independent School District, we do. We have a very, very strong CTE and STEM department. They've worked very hard to look down the road to see what's coming. They're trying to stay 2 or 3 steps ahead, which is really, really difficult these days. But I know the directors of those programs really work hard to help those kids out to make sure that they can have a leg up when they step out there. I know that we also have the opportunity for our students to graduate with an associate's degree if they start when they're freshmen. So
That's
that
awesome.
helps as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same as Anna. Prosper ISD has strong CTE programs as well as the associate degree programs. And they have a Prosper Independent Studies program, which is, I actually just heard yesterday that some of those kids that are doing those programs, they're being sponsored by folks like Toyota, large companies, and their business models, they're ready to start new businesses coming out of high school. So the other is in terms of the trades and things like that. I tell everybody, we've kind of, the mix has kind of moved back towards learning the trades. I can tell you right now, if you can go get an HVAC degree, refrigeration degree, you can go out, start a company, run a company, and make an outstanding living for 30 years. And by the way, it's in great need as our community continues to grow. So we definitely don't want to lose sight of those.
Gotcha.
Not to mention they're AI proof too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a really good point.
Yeah, AI did not come replace my roof last week. I can tell you that.
Yep. Very good.
My last question is a personal question for Mayor Cain. I need to know what we're doing to save Spurlocks. Though it might help my waistline, I'm going to need those funnel cake fries and cheeseburgers. So we got to relocate that somewhere.
Well, I agree that that's a very important part of our community. And of course, we're going to do everything we can to help as much as we can. Of course, I also am a pretty big believer in personal property rights. So I'm going to support the people that own the property and what they want to do, as long as it's good for the city. I'm not going to, if it's not good for the city.
We can move locations just as long as it still exists.
Right. Yeah. So you're not helping my waistline either. Now the Italian food, now the Texas toothpicks is what I love down there. It's really good. Yeah.
I just wanted to build on the ISM program that you mentioned, Mayor Bristol, on that Prosper has. Frisco also has one, and I imagine there's other communities in Collin County that has one. I was blessed to be able to volunteer for an afternoon with the ISM students about 3 weeks ago, and they basically had local professionals come in and do mock interviews with the kids who are in the program. And ISM stands for Independent Study and Mentorship. So their job or their task in this class is to find a mentor out there in a profession that they think they might be interested in. So I can tell you firsthand, I was blown away by the professionalism of most of these students, just where their head is at a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old mind was pretty amazing. And clearly they've been coached through the program to ask the right questions and things like that. But man, I wish I would have had a program like that when I was going through high school, because it's stuff that you didn't get. Even if you got it in college, you were lucky, but you didn't get it until you were in college. So to see it being advanced into the high school curriculum is pretty amazing.
Yeah. I just want to butt in and I did something really cool about 3 weeks ago. One of our middle schools, Clemens Creek, they have kind of I don't know the exact name of it, but it's like the Harry Potter houses at Hogwarts, and they've got 8 of them. Well, they had their students do something called the Amazing Shake, which I'd never heard of. So each house had their 2 best candidates, and they came up and they brought us out as judges, and they had 30 seconds to come up, shake our hand, look us in the eye, and engage us in small talk. We're talking 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And there were a couple of 6th graders that absolutely floored me. But that's the kind of thing that you don't get taught in school anymore. And I thought that was really, really cool thing to see happening right now.
Yeah, 100%. And that's how the afternoon kicked off, right? Is that they set you around the room, the professionals sat around the room, and these kids would just come up to you and have to do professional networking. And they ask you those questions, and you're like, some of them were like, okay, that they clearly had that one given to them. But there were a lot of just great organic conversations that happened, very insightful questions. I was blown away. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So very cool. All right. Well, hey, what we're going to do right now, take a quick commercial break. We're going to continue this conversation on the back end, and we might have a little bit of video special coming out of the commercial break. So stick around. We will be right back.
The Community Difference would like to thank each of the following partners for their continued support. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
When your home's comfort is on the line, trust the HVAC team that puts integrity first. Danielle Cook and No Sweat experts are changing the standard for heating and cooling in North Texas. No pressure, no upselling, just honest diagnostics, expert repairs, and custom solutions that fit your home, not a sales quota. From quick fixes to full installations, they get it right the first time, clean, professional, and on your schedule. Call No Sweat experts today and take the stress out of comfort.
Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
We are Cloud Staff, enabling remarkable growth for businesses everywhere with our pioneering enterprise-grade remote work solutions. We are on a mission to help business owners scale while reducing costs by matching you with an amazing staff, mobilizing your team, and helping manage business performance, making us the #1 workplace as remote work gets done. Connect with us to access the world's top talent and discover how we can enable remarkable growth for your business.
And now, back to the show.
Okay, welcome back. And I was assuming that we had a video that was going to be playing. It should look familiar to you guys. Why not? If we're, there we go. Look at those handsome gentlemen.
Camera makes my hair look gray.
They're all the handsome gentlemen are on the right-hand side. So this is, if you guys remember, it was back in August at our BDA event at the NAC Theater. Really insightful. We can't hear it, but there's some really insightful answers coming in. Look, I'm laughing, so you guys must have something. So not only do you get the insights from folks like yourselves, we get a little bit of humor along with it, but I just we wanted to play this clip as just a reminder, and it was more of a thank you to you guys for being part of that panel. We had a blast doing it, and I know we had a lot of awesome audience feedback saying that, it was great to see you guys in a personable, a lot of times you're at the dice or whatever in a formal meeting. It was great to see you guys on stage, sharing insights, but also being very personable as well. So we got a lot of great feedback from that.
Are we sure that wasn't all AI generated?
Exactly.
That's a great point, and it's funny because the gentleman behind the scenes, Landon Wilson, our producer and creator of The Difference, he loves AI, but I can 100% guarantee, and those of us who are on the screen here can guarantee, we were live and in person. And
Yes.
There you go.
That's what makes it so unique.
That's right. All right, Debbie, it's all yours.
Yeah, I just have a couple of questions too. Especially it makes it easier because both of you are former military. So thank you for your service. I understand my husband was 20 years. But from your military career to business leadership to even public office, how have those distinct roles informed your approach towards mayor? So being career military base and then going into business and now public, how have those distinct roles kind of informed the way that you approach your mayorhood? I think we determined that. So
mayorship is the official, but we like mayorhood too. So.
Mayorship. So your mayorship. So whoever wants to go first.
Pete, you want to take this one?
Sure. Yeah, I think a lot of what I do and a lot of what I became is a result of going through time in the Marine Corps and learning about leadership. You start out, you have to learn how to lead before you can do anything. And then when you learn how to lead, you start looking around and who leads well because you see the results of what they're doing. And I think that I really paid attention to that and tried to implement that in everything I do. I'm a firm believer in integrity and accountability. So those two things are probably the two most important things in the world to me. And I think if we all act with those in mind up front, everything else works itself out pretty quickly and pretty easily.
Yeah, that's good.
Mayor Bristow, anything to add to that?
I'm going to add a slight modification on that, and it's from my time at the Air Force Academy. And it goes to, before you can even learn about leading, you got to be a better follower. And so that's part of the things that I learned to be. I'm still not a good follower, so I'm going to be blunt with that. So, but it puts you into the mindset of thinking about how other people are viewing what you're doing. And the other part of that you learn how to lead, but then it's also, hey, when I say we're going to do something, okay, everyone knows that that's what's going to happen. And that goes from the military. There was no, you couldn't disagree directly with your boss. You couldn't, you get an order, you're going to get it done. And then that's it. The expectation is the leader can walk away knowing that whatever task he gave you is going to be accomplished to the very best of your ability. And I think that in business and in public leadership, sometimes people, they may have that expectation, but it doesn't really follow through in many cases. And so I think that's been the part that I want to take my military experience and say, look, if I say we're going to do this, we're going to do this, whatever that might be. And the other is accepting negative news and dealing with it, because not everything in the military, like, hey, it may not be your choice that you're going to deploy and go someplace, but guess what? You're wearing the uniform. You're going to go deploy to wherever the commander tells you to.
Right.
It's that spirit of, okay, I'm in this, and I'm going to make the very best of it that I can. So those are just some of my follow-on thoughts.
Awesome. And that kind of leads into actually another question. In your role, what has been the most surprising learning since becoming mayor? Something that you did not expect when you first ran?
How can I put this without getting in trouble? I'm like I said, I'm big on integrity and character. So the lack of honesty that I've been in contact with in the past few years has been shocking to me. Based on people that I knew, but you don't really know. That's really something that, I mean, you can't shut down over it. You can't throw a fit over it. You better be able to deal with it and move on down the road. And that's what I'm doing. But I think I expect everyone to behave at the same level of integrity that I do. And that's just not the case sometimes. And you have to be able to deal with that and keep going forward.
Yeah, I kind of can hear like politics is not sometimes with the integrity.
I don't like politics.
Exactly. What about you, Mayor Bristol?
Well, I've got a couple of things. It's if I'm at home and my wife wants me to run up to the grocery store to get something, put a hat on, because inevitably I'm going to see someone in the grocery store that if I didn't comb my hair, put on a decent shirt, I'm sweating or whatever, inevitably that's when I get stopped. And so that's the other. Is the second thing is I learned is that words matter. The words, especially when the mayor says it, it may be something I'm saying flippantly, and every time I've done something flippantly, that's not the right answer. You have to measure what you're saying, because it matters to people, and I want it to be the right message that gets through. So don't go to the grocery store without wearing a hat, and then your words matter.
I like that. Yeah, I think some of our other politicians higher up should learn from some of those advices, maybe.
Yeah, and words matter even more online because they're there for perpetuity. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're actually, it's amazing how quickly an hour flies by here. So what we're going to do, I want to take one more quick commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to just reflect on some of the key things that we talked about here today, and then we'll sign off and let you guys go run some cities.
Great.
So with that, let's hit the last commercial break.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
And now, back to the show.
Okay, we're at the home stretch here. Gentlemen, I appreciate your time today. Again, we saw the video of the panel that you guys participated in back in August, and appreciate you coming back on the show and sharing your insights. Great discussion. I wrote down a couple of key takeaways. Starting at the highest level, love the leadership aspect that you guys brought to the show. A couple of key takeaways: to be a good leader, be a good follower first. Always be accountable, always act with integrity. Words matter. Always wear a hat when you go to the grocery store. So love those. From the local aspect, right? And how to get involved in your community. Get involved, I guess, is the key message, right?
Yes.
Boards and commissions, I heard, as one of the opportunities to do that. It's a volunteer position, but you really show that you care about the community, and that translates to business as well, potentially directly and certainly indirectly as well. I heard build local relationships. Mayor Bristol, you shared about how you started with local banks and stayed with local banks through the 26 years, I think you said, of the business. So great lesson there. And then I heard also at like a tactical level, right? Always answer your phone. Whether you're under the wing of a plane or, if you're, it could be in the, maybe not middle of the night, but after hours, answer your phone. Mayor Cain, I heard you say, listen to your audience, always listen to your clients, listen to your audience. And then for both you guys, multiple careers are possible. So for those business owners, entrepreneurs out there just starting, you can have multiple careers. You can do a side gig. You can start your business and then let it grow to the point where you have to focus on that 100%, or heck, become a mayor, right? Try to juggle that with the business and see how that goes. But those are some of the key takeaways that I had. I appreciate you guys sharing those insights. Ladies, did you have anything that you wanted to add that you had a key takeaway from?
I just appreciate that they have used their military baseline in the future. And I think that's a great starting point to something to always think about, that, if someone doesn't know what to do, military is always a great choice to begin life off with too. So thank you both for your service.
Thank you.
I love that you guys both have an amazing program to foster future business owners just out of the schools. And I think that that's really a great program.
Love that. Awesome. Yeah, I agree. Those are all great takeaways. Gentlemen, I'm going to let you kind of just remind the audience who you are, what you do. Obviously, you're the mayor, but who you are, what you do, and most importantly, how to get in touch with you. And don't make it all negative, right? If you've got something positive to say about Prosper Anna, please bring that to their attention as well. Mayor Bristol, I'll let you go first.
Well, so yeah, you can get a hold of me at dbristol@prospertx.gov. And I do answer all the emails. It may not be that same day, but I answer every single email that comes out. If you look for me on Facebook and Instagram, it's Mayor of Prosper. Odds are that I will not answer you on Facebook or Instagram. Odds are very low of that. Those are posts only for me. And then the last thing, and Mayor Cain may disagree with me, but I am so proud to be the mayor of Prosper, the greatest town in North Texas, in the greatest state, in the greatest country in the world. So I'm just truly blessed.
Great.
Amen. Love it.
I don't disagree with that. I admire Prosper. There's a lot of things that they do that we will be emulating and do emulate. It's a fantastic city, Mayor, and you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
You bet. And we'll bypass you here shortly, so don't worry about that.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Shots fired.
Right. So you can reach me at email pcain, CAIN, @anatexas.gov. I don't have a Facebook presence or anything like that. My personal Facebook is out there, but again, I'm not discussing things with you on Facebook. So, and if you send me an email, I respond as well. I think that's very, very important. Even I'm sure Mayor Bristol's had some of those emails at 2 a.m. that you're just like, thanks for writing and I hope you have a good day. And they're out there, but I'm just excited about the direction of our city. I think that we have an opportunity right now where we're at to really set a vision and set goals that could make Anna really, really incredible down the road. So I just hope that I'm able to point us in the right direction and then let those that follow me make it happen.
Awesome.
Love it. Very well said. And love the partnership. Love the friendly rivalry too. I love the vision that you guys both set for your towns and cities is awesome. And wish you guys the best of luck in doing that and executing that. So thank you very much again for your time today, both on the panel in August and then on the show today. Great insights today. Ladies, thank you for co-hosting with me. This is an awesome journey, and appreciate you being along on the ride with it and steering the ship. along with me. So with that, guys, everybody have a fun, wonderful, safe weekend. I know we used to do this on Thursday, so the weekend seemed a little closer. But
Yeah.
have a great week, I guess, and then enjoy the weekend and all those things going on in Collin County. With that, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
The Community Difference, Collin County was made possible by Brian Poduska with Real Property Management Focus, Bethany Ralwin with the Beer Ralwin Realty Group, Kirk Hodgson with Assured Partners, Debbie Watson with Abracadoodle, Danielle Cook with No Sweat Experts, Kim Wallace with Farmers Insurance, Clarence Joreff with the Compound Nevada, Meena Singh, College Prep Coach, Susanna Austin with K9 Resorts, and by Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel. The Community Difference, Collin County. Together, we can make the difference.